Hey guys, how's it going? Thad here with Iowa Budget RC, and I got Grayson with me. I'm just so used to doing them by myself anymore, bud. So today is a Throwback Thursday. I'm gonna try doing these every couple weeks for some of our retro stuff that we've got. Some of it you've probably already seen, but that's okay. Today, this is really cool. This is a Shinsei 57 Chevy made by the Radio Elecon company. Shinsei and Radio Elecon were a subsidy of Cox, and so like if you've ever seen a Cox 57 Chevy, I don't know if this is going to work or not. If you've ever seen a Cox 57 Chevy, the tether car, this is actually the same body that goes on those, and pretty neat car. So we got Sadie up here with us. She's our 12 or 13-year-old schnoodle. She's not sure how old she is actually, but she's our old dog. We've had her for I think 9 years. We got her as a rescue, and she's a good girl.
We've saved her life twice.
But back to the car. So Shinsei made some really cool scale stuff back in the day. They made a Honda ATC. They made a Lamborghini. They made 3 different versions of this 57 Chevy. This is the first version from 1982 to 84. Has no flames on the front, and the more modern 84 to like 90, they did it in red and black both. They had flames on the front, but I like this one with no flames. It just kind of reminds me of excuse me, it reminds me of Patrick Swayze's car in Dirty Dancing, that 57 Chevy that he had. This thing is really super cool. Shinsei's came with these crazy weird coat hanger bumpers. This one, the guy was supposedly the original owner of it, and bought it new at Sears, I think he said, in 1982. I had one of these as a kid. It was the version 2. It was all black, had the flames, and had a pistol grip controller that looked very much like a Futaba controller, but it was not a Futaba. These were all digital proportional and could be run off of 9.6 packs or 9.6 volts of battery through the battery tray here. And that just kind of comes off like that, and then you can actually just put the pack inside of there. This is probably not going to fit because this is actually for the Radio Shack trucks. Run it like a 9.6 pack. These had suspension up front, and they also had suspension in the rear. The transmissions in these are mounted very much like a Grasshopper up here, and actually I've seen guys that have used those before to modify these. It's got a 380 motor, I believe. It might be a 280, but very similar. The shocks go this way like on a Frog. They come with slicks, and then they had these cool what it now I think they call them Pro Stars or Drag Star wheels, but they were made by Krager back then, so these are like scale wheels, and it's got bushings in it, of course. So I don't even know if this thing works. I've never tried to hook it up, never tried to get it to work, and so I've got batteries in the control. Not that we're going to drive it, but I do want to hook up batteries to this thing and see if we can get it to do anything. So, well, it did something. Turn the control on, Gray. Okay.
Doesn't look like it's trying to work.
Not doing anything, is it?
Yeah. the light's not even coming on.
Yeah, there's no LED coming on. Could be the connections with the batteries, I'm not sure.
Yeah, let me see.
They're in there the right way. I put them in there the right way. And I pulled them out of my Futaba, so I know they work. But the car does have some life in it. Some of these had speakers in the front of them that made like an engine noise. I don't know if this one does or not. I don't think it does. Looks like the provision's not even there on this early version. But what are my plans for this? So I thought maybe about modifying it and putting upgraded electronics in it if these don't happen to work. I thought about maybe just trying to find another, let me see the control bud. Finding another Shinsei control, maybe the pistol grip one that's 49 megahertz, and seeing if that works.
You should upgrade it. Make it a non-cut drag car.
That's not set up to be a drag car, bud.
I know, but you should make it.
That would take a whole different chassis, and we're not going to do that. So if I were to modify it, I would basically leave the stock motor in it, or maybe put like a sport tuned. Obviously this controller is not going to work. I might end up pulling this controller apart at some point and seeing if we can get it to work. But yeah, I basically bought it because I had one when I was a kid and they were okay. I put spiked tires on the back from like a Grasshopper Hornet to get it to do a little better in the grass, and I think I even put buggy front wheels on it from that I had in my stash of stuff. But some of the things I do plan to do to this are just detail it, and so like all the trim that's supposed to be chrome, tape that off and use the chrome pins and do that to it. The door handles, go over all of the chrome accents again, like the bumpers and stuff like that, because they are obviously pitted and stuff from over the years. So I think I could probably take a Scotch-Brite to that, and well, I would take a Scotch-Brite to it to get the paint to stick to it, and I would use the chrome paint. Same with the blower. But it's in really, really good shape. It's missing the headlight buckets, but I don't know if you can tell on the camera, but there's holes in the front where the headlight buckets would have mounted. So what I kind of thought about doing is just going like using Tamiya tape and going like 1/8 of an inch or something around the outside, doing the headlight ring, painting the headlight ring with the chrome paint, and then putting LEDs in the middle, and just some round lenses that from like a cheap set of fog lights or something like that. We could make that work. But yeah, it's a really cool piece of RC history that I'm happy to have in the collection. Whether or not it works, I don't really care. It's just kind of a piece of my childhood that I wanted, and when I saw it, I had to buy it, kind of thing. They're all over eBay. They go for anywhere between $50 and $600. There's still some that are new in box out there from the version 2 ones, both red and black. But would we pay that much? Hell no.
Maybe 50.
Yeah, I think I paid $45 plus shipping for this thing, and to me, it's worth it to have it. We could use the body. It's a very scale body. We could use that on something if we wanted to, but what? He was asking about putting this body onto the Jeg Stinger chassis to make a no prep car out of it. I think what this body might fit on would be maybe one of the our Larlo buggies, which would be a good possibility. Bring one of those here, Gray. He's in the RC room, and I'm out here in the lounge, the basement living room.
Where is this?
It's put away. It's up on the shelf. It's close to the same wheelbase, but it's a little bit short, so that wouldn't work. We're actually talking about selling these, so if anybody is interested in the red Arlarlo and the cyan and orange Amarillo buggy, we just don't have the terrain to run these things, and they don't do good in the grass. The Tamayas at least do good in the grass, and we can, have fun with them that way. So anyway, this has kind of just been a Throwback Thursday, and
These tires are almost slick.
one thing I want to ask you guys to leave me notes in the comments is, how do I get this old decal to stick back on there? I've tried wetting it down, and sometimes the soapy water will reactivate the glue, and no, that didn't happen. So I don't want to use like super glue because it's a paper decal, and I just want it to stick back again. So give me an idea on that as to how to do that. This one's starting to come off also. And also, if you guys have any ideas on how to shine up the old hard body, it's in good shape, but it's got some scratches and stuff on it I would like to maybe try and buff out. I don't really want to wet sand on it. I don't want to paint it. So if you guys got any ideas about that, let me know. But anyway, check out our merch store. We've got t-shirts, we've got hats, we've got sweatshirts, I'm adding stuff momentarily in there. Every couple days I'm trying to add a little something to the store to try to appeal to everybody. So anyway, thanks for watching, guys. I'm Thad. This is Mr. Fidget over here, because he can't ever stop fidgeting because he's 11 or almost 11 now. So anyway,
I am 11. I'm almost 12.
almost 12. That's right. I'm a bad dad because I don't even know how old my kid is sometimes. I still say you're 10 half the time. So anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Hit that like and subscribe.